Hello, hello, beautiful people. How are you today? I hope you're all doing well. I hope you've been keeping well. Sandra here again, and welcome to another episode of My Life in the Bible. So, listen, I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about seed time. And she was explaining to me that the season she's in is a season of seed time, which means she is in a season of growth, a season of development, a season where she's not yet in harvest time. And it got me thinking, what is seed time? What does that look like in my life? And what would that look like in your life, right? And I put down a few things that I wanted us to discuss. So let's start from the beginning. What is seed time? It's a season of planting, a time of investment, a time of conception. What does that mean? When a seed is planted, it's put in the ground with the hope of growth. And at this stage, it's nurtured, it's watered to aid its growth, right? What does seed time look like in your life? It's the birth of an idea, nurtured to the point where the dream manifests. It could be personal growth and development. It could be a business idea. It could be trying to start and finish school. Seed time looks different for all of us. Whatever goal you have set to achieve, the beginning of it is the seed time. From the point the idea is birthed to the point of completion, to the point of achievement, we have to begin from the starting point, which is the seed time. And that is the part that is the most important. And the reason why I say it is the most important part is because that is the time when you give it your best shot. That's the time when you put in effort. That's the time that you invest the most so that you can achieve the results that you hope for. Okay? So, this time requires discipline, it requires consistency, and sometimes it requires isolation. Now, when a seed is planted in the ground, it is isolated to give it an opportunity to blossom, right? The same applies to your seed time. Tunnel vision helps you to avoid distraction. If you remember the story in the Bible of the widow that had the jars of oil, when the prophet gave her the instruction on what to do, he asked her to shut her windows and doors. And what was this for? I believe it was to help her focus on what she was doing. It helps so that you do not have outside distraction, so that you do not have outside discouragement, so that you do not get distracted, so that you don't get discouraged. This tunnel vision is supposed to help you. So the isolation helps you to grow. So by the time you're out of isolation phase, you have grown, you have developed, you can see the milestones. There is documented progress, right? Okay. Consistency. Consistency is watering. What does watering look like for you in your seed time? What does that involve? It's dedicating time to your work. Work on yourself, work on your dream. What is required for you to achieve the goal? Hone in on that thing until you see the results. Only you know the results you want to achieve, and only you know what you have to do to get there. Because we all have different lives and different things going on, what might be a distraction for one person might not be for the next. So if you identify that this is a distraction, then you cut it out. What does consistency look like? It looks like waking up early in the wee hours of the morning, putting time to do that which you have purpose to do. It looks like staying up late at night. It looks like reading more, doing more research. It looks like doing investigations. It looks like putting in the work, the self growth, the self awareness. What is it you're trying to achieve? Whatever it is, it absolutely doesn't matter. As long as it is an idea that you intend to bring to fruition, you have to put in the work. And the most important part is the seed time. Because if the seed is not planted right, the fruit will not be right. If the seed is not planted right, we don't achieve the results we're hoping for. Okay? All right. So, what can we do? Because the thing about seed time is that it's there are principles that we need to think about in terms of application. Actionable building. What does that look like? It's not a passive time. It's a season of working, giving, and investing in your goals, right? Identifying your seed. What is the thing you want to grow? Right? You have to be specific, because when you're specific about it, you're specific about your outcome. So you know what to expect. Because you must sow so that it can correspond when harvest time comes, right? The harvest has to correspond to the seed. So, what is that thing you want to grow? What is it? Because sometimes we think we want something, but sometimes it's someone else's idea. It's not what you want. You admire their process, you admire where they are. So you think that is what you want. But is it? And the problem with that is when you admire someone else's harvest time, you don't know what they had to do during their season of seed time. So you will be very frustrated because you're trying to attain a result for something you do not know the work that has to be put in. So identify that thing, identify the idea, identify the business, identify the program you want to study, identify where you need to grow in your life. Okay? And the other thing that is actionable is the expectancy. Maintain faith that your effort will result in a harvest, even if it is not immediately visible. Yes, you have to keep the faith. You have to keep the faith. You can't do it and expect expect to fail at it, because that is so backwards. It doesn't even make sense. Why would you put in effort to do something you're not expecting to achieve a good result for? Why would you dedicate time and effort to something that will fail? Does that make sense? Right? So you have to keep the faith. You have to believe in your idea. The thing about it is, it's your idea. You have to want it more than the next person. You have to be able to speak about it with the utmost faith and belief that it will happen. Right? And the Bible tells us in Galatians chapter 6, verse 9, and I'm reading it from the Passion Translation. Do not allow yourself to be weary in planting good seeds, for the season of reaping the wonderful harvest you've planted is coming. Now, we grow weary because processes take time. And for all of us, the process time is different. For some people, it takes a shorter time. For other people, it takes a long time. But you know what? You don't give up. And that's why you shouldn't be comparing your season to the next person's season. Because what they're trying to achieve probably took them a shorter time than yours. What they're trying to achieve maybe did not require as much work as yours will. So it's unfair to you to sit around worrying about what somebody else has achieved and think that yours will not get there. It's a different process they're going through. Yours is a different process. And you know what? There's something I just wanted to tell you guys about. You have to understand what you're nurturing is different from the next person. You cannot compare processes. You know, an elephant's pregnancy is 22 months. So that is roughly 11 times longer than a dog, which is 2 months, allowing for the birth of a 200 plus pound calf compared to a puppy. So, can you imagine if the elephant is envious of the dog? Because the dog is not required to give birth to that size of a puppy, right? The process is longer. By the time the elephant has done its whole 12 months, guess how many pregnancies the dog has gone through? 22 divided by 2, 11, if it's consistent, right? But do you see how different the processes are? One process is 2 months and another one is 22. So you can't compare processes. What you want to achieve is different. If somebody is going for a 2-year diploma, you're not comparing yourself to somebody that's doing a PhD. It's different levels, entirely different struggles. What is required of you in one is not going to be required of you in the next. As a matter of fact, the only thing you have in common is focus. Each of you have to focus on your goal, your PhD and your 2-year diploma, right? Trust the process. Trust the process. Seed time is not always glamorous. That's another thing. It's a time of stretching, it's a time of pressure, it's a time of stress, a lot of pruning, a time of becoming. Let's not rush the journey. Allow yourself to grow so that you can become that which God has purposed you to be. Many times when we are going through the growth process, somebody else will look at you and you literally appear to them like you're dying. You are on life support. Sometimes it literally is, you need a lifeline, right? But trust the process. Don't give up. Remember, we just read, don't get weary. Just keep putting in the good work. Just keep getting up. Just stay consistent. Do the work that you're supposed to do. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't give up. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do it. Don't let anyone burst your bubble. Don't. Just keep putting in the work. Putting in the work. Don't give up. You will feel stretched. You will feel overwhelmed. You will feel like giving up. We've all gone through an experience where you just feel like you cannot take it anymore. But the thing that is interesting is when you look at it in hindsight, it's like, I'm glad I went through all of that because I never would have attained this, right? When you finally get to the finish point and you get your prize, I guess the ends justify the means, right? So don't give up. I beg you guys, don't give up. Don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. It's your dream. The Lord gave it to you for a purpose. Each one of us is out here in the world to do something. God has blessed you here for something. Make sure you find out what that is and do it. Do it so that God's name can be glorified. Do it so that you can attain that which you have prayed for. Do not give the Lord rest until you get the results. Do not. Stay on it and ask God to help you because He always does. Right? Don't be too quick to try and explain. That's another thing. Don't be quick to try and explain your seed time. People may not understand it. Honestly, people might not understand it. People might not understand why you need why you want what you want. People might not understand why you want to do the business you want to do. People might not understand why you choose to go back to school. People will not understand it. And the thing about it is, it's going to be harder for you to explain when you're in the seed time because you do not have results to back it up. So don't try to explain it. And that's part of the stuff we're talking about. Cut off those distractions. Because the more you try to explain yourself, let me tell you, your idea begins to sound crazy. The more you try to justify it to somebody else, even you might begin to hear the insanity in it, right? So don't do it. Don't do it. Just stay focused, laser focused, and do that which you want to achieve. Get to it. Okay? All right. Let's also not be quick to harvest before it's time. No one wants to eat a fruit that's not ripe. So allow the harvest time to present what God has done with you. There was a verse I wanted to read for us in Mark chapter 4, verse 26 to 29. And it reads, Jesus describes the kingdom as a man scattering seed, where harvest happens gradually. First, it's the blade, then the head, and after that, the full grain. The emphasis of this verse is on process. Don't be quick to harvest. When you see the blade, don't be quick to jump and pull it out. Don't be quick to announce it. When you see the head, don't be quick. It's still not done. You want to see the full grain. You want to see the full picture of this thing. So the thing about this Bible verse is it always encourages me because to me it sometimes when you're going through seasons where you're waiting on God, God is so gracious. He will always give you small glimpses of the final product. He will give you a small win just to prove to you that I am still on your issue. I am working on it. I'm still in your process. I'm still working on the details. So he will give you those small wins. And that's when this verse applies. Sometimes it's just the blade, sometimes it's just the head. Don't fold in and be done and say, oops, we're done. Thank you, Lord Jesus, I'm good. No, you're not yet done. Wait until you see the full thing that you've prayed for, the thing that you've asked for. So he gives you those small wins, those small, consistent victories to remind you that it's all part of the process. Accept it. Be grateful for the small wins along the journey because all of those add up to the full grain. Okay? Now, I don't know where this finds you. I don't know what season you are in your life. For some, it's seed time. For some, it's harvest time. But wherever this finds you, I hope that you enjoy the process of it all. I hope that those who have the harvest time enjoy the wins. And for those who are going through the seed time, you enjoy the process. Do not give up. Do not grow weary because the Lord is going to give it to you. The planting you have done is about to yield a harvest. So hold on, wait for it. Don't give up, okay? Don't give up, don't grow weary. Stay focused, stay determined, and stay prayed up. The Lord is in your story. The Lord is really concerned about you. He does not give up on you. We give up on ourselves. The Lord doesn't give up on us. So don't give up on yourself because the Lord is working. I love you all. Until next time, bye bye.